as the road fill all the way up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to smash upon the like button. Share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Cowboys 30 for 30 visits the element of surprise. Appreciate you guys so much. Hey, on this list, we will, and I mean, we absolutely will, draft one of these guys that's on this list. We talked about it a little bit last night, but let's double back and let's go at it again, baby. Come on. Yup. Come on. I see you, Al. I went live just because you, huh? Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Let's get it. What about a Law Nation Grove? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hey. Come on. Imitated, never duplicated. Come on. Y'all rocking with nothing. And I mean just that, nothing but the best of hits and oldies, magic. 97.20, the fan, right? Appreciate y'all, man, so much for jumping in. All right, so the Cowboys, 30 for 30, right? We went over this before for the last 4 or 5 years. The Cowboys tend to bring these guys in, and of course, they will draft from said category. One of these guys off of this list will be in a Cowboys uniform. It's just we need to figure out who. You know, that's the only thing. And it makes your voice go high. Who will be the guy that the Cowboys will solidify with their role in that spot? And it's one of those fickle processes, man. Shout out to you, Texas T. It's nothing but to do it, man. You know, notification swat up. If you're part of the notification gang, let me know in the chat. Let me know, baby. James Brown, he says, about time you go live, Law. Hey, man, come on, man. Hey, you know, I had multiple things that I was doing this morning. Had to run and do errands and had to take care of things, put out fires and a whole bunch of stuff. But I feel you, man. Riggs! You getting too old for this, Law. Where are you, man? What's good with y'all, man? But, you know, shout out to y'all, man. Let me see LAW in the chat if you real with me, man. Let me see LAW. I appreciate y'all for getting me to 99,000 on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for hitting 46,000 on the Facebook. I really appreciate you guys so much for all that you do. Real talk, man. It will not be Live Like 95 if it wasn't for you guys. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, East Side Harold. Appreciate you, man. You day one too, man. Yeah, I see y'all, man. I see y'all all in the chat. Daryl Alexander the Great. Appreciate you. All right, so appreciate y'all, man. So that we can get this show on and popping and get things going, let me go over this list right quick. And we're going to go over some of the film analysis that I went over as well with the Mafi kid. You know, let me know if y'all like that review. But here it is right here. This is from Blogging the Boys. This is their tracker right quick. You got Quentin Johnson up there. You got also Zay Flower. You got Trenton Simpson, Emmanuel Forbes. Shout out to him. Hill State, Jalen Hyatt, Josh Down, Steve Olave. You got Jack Roy, the defensive tackle from LSU. Then you got another Mississippi kid by way of Texas, Zach Evans. Appreciate him. Tyreek Stevenson. Remember, about 4 weeks ago, about 4 to 5 weeks ago, I talked to you guys about Tyreek Stevenson. And he's a Dan Quinn's type of guy, 6'2.5", big physical DB He got good hands or what have you on his redirect and his man-to-man game, but he has some inefficiencies and stiffness of his hips. So we'll see what Dan Quinn would do if we fool around and draft him. We got Marte. We got Atonio. I was calling the man Ant. I put the N in there, but it's Atonio. Not Antonio. Atonio Mafi. Appreciate the Mafi family from the UCLA program. And then we got Overshawn. We got Jonathan Mingo. Not Mango. Mingo. And we got my guy Braden. Then we have Tanner. Not McKee, but McAllister. And then we have Clayton Tunes, the tune of that. And then you have Payne, Tyler, Manning, not Peyton, Darrell Johnson, and then you have Thompson. I don't like to call guys BJs, but, you got Thompson. They need to come up with another name for him. All right, so that's just what it is. Pause. That's a late pause, but I feel you, man. Shout out to you, Action. Appreciate you. Charles Wright, appreciate you. Big Pimpin' in here, appreciate you. Now, what you mean by that, Action? You said stop the cap. What you mean, man? Talk to me. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's on your heart? What's up with that, But here's Mafi right quick, and then you're going to explain to me what you mean about stopping the cap. All right, so in my analysis, Mafi, you seen how he threw the man out of the club? He got that strength. He got the physical power that you like. He got all of those type of tools as far as mentality, temperaments, things of those things that we all look at when we doing our analysis, especially from a big boy, right? Once he gets your hands on you, he's making you his baby. He's knocking you down to the ground. And watch how he just checked you. Yeah, them rib tips. That's exactly what he said when he hit that dude in the ribs. Yeah, them rib tips. And when you hit those ribs, man, you come up the next day talking about the next day you be like, hey, man, that dude 56 out there, man, he hitting. Yes, indeed, man, the dude hit you, man. You feeling it. So when you start to think about this guy, the reason why he didn't get an offer letter or what have you to the combine, but he did get the offer letter to go to the Shriner deal or what have you, East versus West, whatever that game is or what have you. He went there. He played decent in that particular game, but he didn't get an invite far as the combine as well. So when you look at Mafi, though, and you think of it, he started off being a defensive tackle. 6'4", he was like 360. He got all the way down. To being 339 pounds. They flipped him over to being a guard. And on this next level, he will be a guard only, right? And you got to work on two things with him, which could be a mile for most, but I'm thinking that you can get that all fixed out with Duke Manyweather. And that is your hands and feet. The feet and hands got to be able to be in unison. But he keep his pad levels low, though. So that is what is needed. So he moves dudes like Leon Lett, Daryl. So even though he's a guard, he's more than just a guard. He's a former defensive tackle, nose tackle, by the way, and he's now going to be one of the 30 draft day visit for the Cowboys. Now, according to most, when we go through the tape and we comb through everything, we would say, all right, on the high end, you can get a Ron Leary type. On the low end, you can get a Connor McGovern type. Strong guy who was put in left guard but had concrete blocks for feet. Let me repeat. And I think that, Mafi is a little bit more of a meaner guy than Connor McGovern, right? And we all know that he's stronger than Connor Williams, who was here for a few cups of coffee, right? Well, he was for gallons of coffee. But when you think of it in these sorts of things, He got a high ceiling. He's only been playing at that spot for only a spoonful of time. Power is everything. Yeah, shout out to you, T-Smooth. And a lot of people were dogging him on my film analysis on his swats. They're like, man, oh, man, anybody can do that, man. Anybody can swat 600 pounds 3 times. Hey, man, I can do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, if you can, send me the video, and we'll put you live on Law Nation, right? But, it was actually 595, but we're going to go ahead and round it up to 3, and round it up to 600 pounds, you know what I'm saying? So that would be nice. But let me know, can you, in the chat, swat 600 pounds, you know what I'm saying, with 3 reps, 3 times? You just let me know in the chat. I don't want you to snap up everything. Shoot, that weight fall down upon you, baby. What happened to him, Law? I was trying to be like Mafi. I was trying to swat 600 pounds. The weight came down on me, and it snapped up everything, Riggs. Man, I'm 280, and I can only swat 355 once. Okay, all right. And Tricks, not for kids. Tricks in the chat, because Tricks are for kids, right? But Tricks says he can do it. Well, send me that video on up over here, man. Just don't snap up everything. Do it under your own will and under your own power. You know what I mean? But we're going to count them weights, too. Make sure them 45s on the side. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these likes up. Shout out to you. Eric Carr, appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right. Power and meanness on both sides of the trenches. Yes, you would need, look, in a game of what we call football, it goes all the way down to, yes, you can have your athletic skill guys on the outside. You can have all of your nice wide receivers that can take the top off the defense. Your quarterback can look good throwing the ball all over the field. Or for the Cowboys, the quarterback can be throwing INTs all over the field, etc., right? But at the end of the day, it's what you do down in the trenches. It's how you can control the game and enforcing your will upon the opposition. One of the better throwers of the ball that we ever seen in the last 5 years, Pat Mahomes. Who remember Pat Mahomes going to the Super Bowl? Not last year, right? Because, not this season, because he did a great job against those Eagles, right? But when he played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and when they couldn't control the LOS, it made Pat Mahomes look pedestrian, right? It made it seem as if, though, that half of $1 billion quarterback, right, couldn't move the needle, right? The players couldn't concentrate and come down with the ball. The ball was thrown off kilter, right? So it ended up being a blowout. Why? What happened? The skill set was there. The elite tight end was there, right? They even had better wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, take top off defensive beyond, right? But it made that particular team unbalanced. Although clearly one can argue if you were to redo it, right, and put the offensive line that he had this season, because, it's a new season, but I'm going to just say this season, upon that team, right, that he played against in the Super Bowl, the Tampa Bay, maybe it could have been more of a dogfight. Under duress all game. Yes, G. Yeah, appreciate you. So at that point, when you don't win the LOS, when you don't win down in the trenches, it makes it a difficult one. Now, this is not me trying to advocate and lobby for the quarterback here, but what I'm saying is, and this is another thing, what I'm saying here is you want a complete team. You want to be able to dominate down inside. Braves won 5-2. Okay, shout out to the Braves. Shout out to the Braves. They won. Appreciate you, man. I watch Jameson. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping in and being part of this episode. So moving along right ahead of the 30 for 30 visits here. One person that I don't see on this list would be a guy that the three-ladder network been advocating for, and we're going to listen to some of this audio, and I'm going to give you guys my independent thought on this, right? But I got to get some background music going, so bear with me, because this is something that we all got to uncover, go over, and talk about. Because at the end of the day, the team that we hear will be placed to pick this guy up regardless. Go into my safe room. Yeah, about right there. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. One love. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me know if y'all can hear audio.
Get up. And the Dallas Cowboys are a really interesting team to pay attention to as we work our way towards the draft. Under that man, the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, last year, things went sideways for their star quarterback, Dak Prescott, and so changes, as you're well aware, have been made. Kellen Moore no longer the offensive coordinator, and Mike McCarthy, the head coach, will be calling the plays. And the Cowboys' legendary quarterback, Troy Aikman, now our colleague here, recently shared his thoughts on the dynamic between McCarthy and Dak, saying that it's going to be a really different environment and how complicated things might become, at least early in the process. And Teddy Bruschi, I wanted to bounce off you an idea that we had here.
All right, so while they're still loading here, I want y'all to know
yesterday, and that is,
I want y'all to know this right here, Cowboy Nation. There should be no major or deep learning curve for Dak Prescott heading into the 2023 season. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. It shouldn't be that complicated to pick up this system and this scheme. And Mike McCarthy should know that, right? At this point, he's been with Dak Prescott for 3 years. This is his 4th year with Dak Prescott. Yes, it's been Kellen Moore's system, philosophy, and fingerprints. But we should take the good stuff that Kellen Moore done with this organization and franchise and put it on a shelf, erase the bad things, and apply principles, concepts, strategy, scheme to it. That's my thoughts on that. I already know how the pundits and the critics would say, well, Lord, he's only going to apologize for Dak Prescott if things go too much of a learning curve. Bull sugar. Bull sugar. I know that y'all got selective hearing and listening from me, right, when I say these things. But this time, I'm telling you guys to pay attention to what the law is saying. There shouldn't be no growing pains. There shouldn't be no learning curve. You got Brandon Cooks. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got now Michael Gallup. That's the big reservation. That's why they're looking at Zay Flowers. That's why they're bringing in some of these guys, Tank Dell. That's why they're looking at Quentin Johnson. They are looking to replace him. So yes, this offseason is a very pivotal one, and we should leave nothing on the table. Eat it all up. No leftovers. Now let's play more of what they have to say about this situation in detail, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know the best way to get that offense and Dak Prescott in particular exactly where we want them to be? That is by the Cowboys making the aggressive move of trading up wherever they need to in the draft and selecting running back Bijan Robinson out of Texas, who is a local product and who might be the most dynamic and outstanding running back to come into the league through the draft.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Ain't no way the Cowboys will trade up for a running back. The law of averages is not there in favor of what this guy is saying, but I'm going to listen to the rest of the words that he's saying, but he's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Can Bijan Robinson be a difference maker? Yes. But not at the risk of losing out on next year's first or anything to do with this year's second round draft pick. He's not that much of a difference maker. Come on, y'all. He's not. But he is nice. Now, I'm not saying that he's terrible. But I have yet to have a team ever moved up to go grab a running back and he was all of a sudden a difference maker. You can be still. You can set your own race and your own pace by just being still. Let's listen to more what they got to say.
In several years, this guy, you pair him with Tony Pollard in the backfield. To us, that is exactly what the doctor orders for a struggling Dak Prescott. What do you think of it, Teddy Bruschi?
Yeah, I think it all sounds good, guys, in terms of bringing in another running back, especially like Robinson and what he's been in his career at Texas. He's been absolutely spectacular. Of course, this is what happens when you want to make an aggressive move because you'd have to get this guy. I don't know if he's going to be there when you pick down. You're going to have to move up and to get him. That's how good I think he is. But absolutely helping out Dak Prescott. You already tried to shore up the defense by signing Gilmore. Hopefully that defense is the strength of the unit. Mike McCarthy said it himself, how he wants to run the football again. And I think that's important. But Bijan Robinson, running backs come into the league in their prime. Yep. Okay, and then after you get him for that 5-year rookie deal and you've got him for those prime years, and then you go from there.
I think that's exactly right. And,
Now, for those who've been following the channel for a long time, you guys already know I've been saying that for many a moons. The shelf life of a running back is very, very, very short. It aged like bananas on the top of the refrigerator. It's not a long one. So you got to make sure that you can hit on everything within the first 3 to 4 years of that said running back career. Now, granted, can you find, dare I say, other running backs that can do similar things that Robinson did? Yes. Yes. So I don't think that you should go all in and get that one little running back by giving up so much. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the chat. Let me know. Post me your thoughts on that.
We have sat here and we have begged Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, go all in, all in, try and win right now. Well, he just mentioned it, Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks, and if you make a move like this, maybe they are doing just that.
I hope so, because at this point, the window, I think, for Dallas is closing. And I think they have to be all in. Obviously, Jerry Jones every year, the standard is they got to win a Super Bowl. But they got rid of Amari Cooper, and then they didn't really figure out what to do with them. Well, they get Brandon Cooks to offset not having Amari Cooper. I don't want them to overthink it. Zeke is no longer here. Get Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
Show not just the fan base, but in that locker room, like the standard is a Super Bowl. Now we have the horses. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Measure a man not by his words, but by his actions. And you can't sit back and tell me that the standard been Super Bowl every year when you held on to Jason Garrett for 9 to 10 years, right? And when before Jason Garrett, you picked up Wade Phillips, right? So you can't tell me the standard around here been Super Bowl when you had Dave Campo 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, right? The standard, if it was really to win the Super Bowl, you would have held on to Bill Parcells for a longer time. But let's get out of the past. Let's move forward to what now is happening. So you mean to tell me that the standard were to win the Super Bowl when you said to yourself, let's elevate a guy that was on the team fighting for a quarterback role, right? To be the quarterback. Got hurt. and then you elevated said player to being a quarterback coach. Less than a year removed, you elevated him to being an offensive coordinator. And then from there, you elevated him to be one of the guys that talked about the best offensive coordinator in the league. If that's your way of winning the Super Bowl, I got land on the moon for sale. You knew that there was going to be growing pains with Kellen Moore. There's people that's watching right now that forgot more football than Kellen Moore. And I'm not putting all of the daggers on Kellen Moore. Dak Prescott got some of that blame too, right? But you'd had to know for sure that there's never been in the history of this beautiful sport that we call football that you had a guy that was on the staff that you elevated from that staff point to be the quarterback coach, to ultimately be the offensive coordinator, for you to take that particular person, marry it up together to go to the Super Bowl. I said it before, and I have yet to find anyone that can out-debate me with this topic here. Just because you have a luxury vehicle doesn't mean that the person that you hand the keys over to it is going to drive it in its luxury status. I got a daughter that's 6 years old. If I give her the keys to the Beamer, that doesn't mean that she can drive it to the max capabilities of that Beamer. And that is what this franchise been doing over and over and over again. So we can't talk about, hey, the standard been the Super Bowl when we have not met the qualifications to get in said standard. It's equivalent to someone saying that, hey, if the standard to get into the university that you want to attend is a 3.0 GPA, and all you've been scoring on your scores in high school or even before that in middle school been averaging C's and D's, well, newsflash, you will not enter in said university because you haven't met the standards. And that's, my friend, is me telling you guys the truth. Regardless of whether or not you hear it or want to, you know what I'm saying, understand it. Let's listen to more of what this dude or this lady going to have to say.
It would require an aggressive move. Bijan Robinson taking the positions out of account. He might be as good as any player in this draft.
Look, you said the word might. Look, let me rewind. He said the word might. He didn't say will. When Adrian Peterson entered the scene of going into the draft, everybody knew Adrian Peterson was going to do what he was going to do. Right? The word might wasn't even put in that conversation or category. Let me rewind for your mind once again. He used the word might. I might be. It might be, you know.
Out of account, he might be as good as any player in this draft. He certainly won't be there at 26, so they probably would have to make a move. All right, more football as we go, but my next stop is Augusta.
All right, so y'all couldn't see the head shake of the other guy. He was like, nah, dog, don't move up and get him, man. I love it. So that is from Get Up. Hey, you don't deal with mights and maybes. If you're going to move up, you're moving up for guarantees, right? That's just the bottom line of it, baby. So the Cowboys, not on the oil business yet. Shout out to you, Troy. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. It'd be cool for Duggins to be in the third round. This from Troy. Well, we'll find out with Max Duggan what round he would go to. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is, Cowboy Nation. So I get it. I like Bijan Robinson. I like his tape. But I don't look at his tape and say, hey, man, let's sell off everything. Let's get rid of our multiple future draft picks and let's move up for something like that, for the maybe or for the might be's. The time you get rid of your draft picks would be for free agent acquisition. When somebody played on the terrain before, somebody who got it out of the mud before in the NFL already, that you can put a fingerprint on and say, hey, they did this in 2021, they did that in 2020, and we're looking for that person to elevate us to this next level in this particular category. but you dog sure don't do it in the draft, and especially at running back. I hate to swing for the low-hanging fruit. I hate to. Trent Richardson. What round was he drafted? What was his draft grade? From Roll Tide, Alabama. I'm not saying that Robinson could be that. He was first. What was his overall pick? You know, he was top 5. How did that work out? Can you imagine a team looking at this situation and scenario saying, all right, we're going to move all the way up and get that particular person based off the pundits and the critics and everyone else? Come on, y'all. We're not going to do that. And I'm not saying, because I know people going to be punching wind right now. Law Nation is out here calling Bijan Robinson Trent, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I can't stand Law Nation, man. I can't wait to find him and cut his beard off, man. No, I'm not saying that. No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to take a risk, take a calculated risk. Somebody who's been in the league before, somebody that already earned their grain of salt. And if you want to trade away some things, hey, Jeffrey Simmons is there. You know what he can do along the fronts on a defense, right? And you probably won't have to even give up a first-round draft pick. Al Correa says, Trent Richardson might have had a better college career. Well, I'm not finna go there. But I can tell you that Cowboys, just be patient. Allow it to come to you. And if you want to get aggressive in the second and third quarter. Second and third. I said second and third quarter. Second and third round of the draft. Not in the first. No. So in my words and my thoughts of being aggressive is this right here, ladies and gentlemen. We see some guys as far as offensive line like D1 Jones. He may be sliding. He may be a day 2 situation, right? But he's going to be an early day 2 guy. Mozzie. I know a lot of people like Mozzie. He may be mid-early day 2 guy. Mozzie or Maisie. Is it Mozzie or Maisie? I've been messing up his name. Shout out to my guys, Boss Cowboys Sports, and the final word last night. I don't like him at the 26 spot. But at 58, around that time, around that spot, he's a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Right? So if you want to be aggressive, if you want to move around just a little bit for that lineman, it could be a plethora of guys that you have tags that's touching. Tags, if you got draft tags touching, Drew Sanders, right? Trenton Simpson, right? They tags touching. Mozzie. Whoever you may fall in love. Breezy, Beezy, whatever the guy's name. The boy from Clemson. Whoever you like, right? If tags are touching, you don't have to rush it in the first. You can get into the second round. You pick your first round pick, though. But get in the second round and trade up from there. Because it starts falling off real fast. Meat off the ball. Collagen cancer, yeah. If you know tags are touching. Then you can get cute in the second round. Trade up a little bit. Move things around. Swap next year's second or swap next year's third or get rid of your next year's third. Move up and go get your guy. You can be aggressive in that fashion. Juxtaposed to being aggressive in the first round. Because what people fail to realize, first round draft picks, baby, you got that 5th-year option. Shoot. You got that 5th-year option. That goes a long way versus a short way. Let's go. What we're going to do now is we're going to open up the phone lines for your mind. I want to go ahead and get this out. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it.
Call my phone, hit my line.
Be right back. Got somebody at the front door.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. super thug my way on this side. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real. Whether we East coastin' or we in the hidden hills. In the poppin' straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you callin' bluffs, I show and prove it, it's for real. Son of God, not a son of Sam. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the old whip, see what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like 100 grand. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super thug my
Mic check 1, 2, and 3. Appreciate you so much. The hotline is brought to you by, we got a new sponsor in the house, News Break. Appreciate y'all so much. News Break hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. News Break is a new app for all that you can utilize to present your content. Also, you can find Law Nation Sports on Newsbreak, where you can get unbelievable up-to-date information and news around the Cowboys sphere. Now, I'm going to say this right quick. If you want to be a part of that, just click that link. I'm going to have it pinned to the top of the screen here. And the number is 657-390-7391. Also in the description box. If you want to be a part of the Newsbreak Content Creators Crew, there's a link there. You can click on that link. You can join and be a part of the Content Creators Club. On top of that, here's the unique thing. They don't have strongholds on time frames when you can start making your coins. You can make your coins immediately as soon as you accept it to the program. So that's good. So you know how YouTube, you got to have a 4,000 watch minutes and so many hours being played and so many subscribers. Well, newsflash or news break, you can be a content creator and start making thousands of dollars as soon as you pump your information out there. So check that out. Click the links in the description box to be a part of Newsbreak. Appreciate them for being a sponsor of this show. I thank them so much. All right, so let's get on to these phone lines, man. 657-390-7391 is the hotline. I really appreciate y'all, man. As I grow, we all grow.
3 participants.
Ooh, we got 3 people in the house,
all
man. Appreciate you.
Are muted.
All right, man. I got
Please
my
announce
guy.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm Law, man. Hey, lady, let me talk sometimes. You know what I'm saying? From the 201, you live, fam. Talk to me.
Good, my boy Law. How's it going?
Man, all is well, man. How about you, man? Did it come in yet, man? The helmet?
Ain't come in yet.
Yeah, okay.
Ain't come in yet, but you know what I mean? It's supposed to be tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Today might have to make a trip to Dallas, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Shoot. But I told you it's on its way. You got a tracking number and everything. So, yeah, it's yours, man. Yeah.
Say tomorrow. We'll see.
I Stephen Jones you, man. You know how Stephen Jones take forever to sign something?
Exactly.
Yes, indeed, man.
But I think we should definitely should move up, man. There's too many running backs in this draft to just get him.
Oh, wait a minute. You said move up to go get him? Well, you said definitely we shouldn't.
I said we shouldn't.
Oh, shouldn't. Okay, good.
There's too many quality backs in this draft to move up for him. It's more quality backs in this draft, man.
It is. It is quality.
So the draft is deep at running back.
It is.
Draft is very deep at running back. I wouldn't even mind the boy Tank.
Tank Dale? You talking about Tank Bigsby?
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind him.
Yeah, I need to do some analysis on him. I did the Keandre Miller tape. Both of those guys, pretty much their tags are pretty much touching. Yeah, so but I like Tank, man. He cut, get upfield. He don't play around with his food. So he's a one cut, get upfield guy.
He pull forward too, so and he can move that pile. So I mean, and at the end of the day, that's what we lost in Zeke. So we can get him and just not miss a beat. If we show up this offensive line, I ain't going to say we could pretty much get anybody to run behind it, but
Right.
close. We'll be close if we get this line right. We can get anybody that can run behind the line if you got holes opening up like we did last year, especially before what's the name got hurt. Our running game was unstoppable, and then my man got hurt. His name is escaping me right now. And
Terrence Steele
slowed it down. Yeah, it slowed it down when he got hurt. Our running game was unstoppable.
What do you feel about this guy Mafi? Did you get a chance to look at his analysis? Yeah.
I like him. The only thing, and I agree with you when you said, the only thing that's wrong is his feet and his hands don't match up. I feel like that can be taught.
Right.
But what can't be taught is the strength.
Yeah.
That's what can't be taught.
Mm-hmm.
He has low, like you said. I think that we can get him and we can make it happen with him, especially with Duke training him. Duke
oh yeah.
Like a man. You get.
Duke that dude, man. Duke, the miracle worker, man. Yeah. And I like the fact that he's independent too, so they can't control him.
Exactly. Everybody keep on saying, like Dan Quinn, I trust, and Rule McClay, we trust, and Duke Maniletter, we trust.
Man,
he turned them around just like that. So I feel like if we was to take him, if we was to get him, we can turn him around. And then another thing, we don't have to spend a high pick on him either. I feel like he'll be there in like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at it like mentality too. Like him and Tyler Smith got the same mind. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some fights out there.
And they talking about how we want to be Mr. Nasty Tom. Oh, he's Mr. Nasty Tom for sure. I'm telling you that right now. He is definitely Mr. Nasty Tom. And like I said, we don't have to like reach to get him. I feel like he'll be there.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys that can turn our team around, I feel like will really be there. So if we wanted to go wide receiver, like all the tea leaves are saying, like we'll shoot for a wide receiver, I wouldn't mind that, man. I wouldn't mind getting Dak another weapon because I feel like the offensive line, the defensive line, I feel like it's quality guys that'll be there along with a running back. Brunson said it's like the running back class is deep too. He was like, man, the Eagles don't even need to shoot to go get Bijan. And he was like, man, listen, there's a lot of running backs out there.
It's a lot. You can literally do this right here. You can get Mafi in the 3rd or 4th, and then you can get Zach Charbonnet, in the 2nd or the 3rd. Well, he's gonna be going by the 3rd, but you can get him in the 2nd. I've seen some drafts where he fall right to the 58, and then with your 1st round draft pick, you can go get your interior defensive tackle guy.
You can get your tackle guy. But what if they get wide receiver Law, and then in the 2nd round get your tackle guy? Would you be mad?
Well. No. What I was gonna say is that Mozzie would be there if the board falls a certain way. Mozzie could be there. Benton can be there. The Aki guy, he can be there in the 2nd. So I wouldn't, as long as we are attempting to fill in that philosophy with the inside guy, then I can roll with that. I don't care. I'll roll with that.
Just don't get a guy. Period. You'll have a problem.
Yeah. No, don't do us like, hey man, we got Alec Cohn, man. He gonna be that dude, man. He gonna be the look, Law. We don't need nobody. We got Isaac, man. I ain't talking about Hayes. No, don't do me like that. Come on, Cowboys.
Yeah, I agree. We really need to get a young guy in there that can make it happen. Because, like you said, Jonathan Hankins is only going to give us 20, 25 snaps a game.
Yeah.
So we need that rotational piece to come in there and give us the rest of the game. Because running up the middle is truly a problem for us. If we shore up that running up the middle, we'll have the top 3 defense in the NFL if we could shore up that running up the middle.
Yep.
I really believe that. I believe that if we shut that running up the middle down, it's a wrap. There's nothing you can do. If we shore up that running up the middle and we could get that push up the middle,
right.
Cowboys will have a top 2 defense in the league. The top 2. I really believe that, man. But we'll see, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
See. For sure, I'm waiting on my helmet, man. You know?
Man, you getting it, man. You getting the helmet, man. Now it's the mini helmet. Now you can't put this one on, man. It ain't the big boy yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't giving away this one yet, though. You know, so it's the mini. So
okay, yeah. So that means soon.
So
I'm gonna hold you to it.
You gonna hold me to it, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, that means soon.
Man, because I'm gonna give these away too, man. For this month, we're gonna pull the names, and we're gonna give the rest of the mini helmets away for those who donated, and for those who support the nation, we're gonna give those away. But last month was just crazy. But I got yours out, man. So be sure, man, if you can, man, when he come in, just post a picture. You can block your face out and just put graphics on over your face, and then you just be like this, man. You know. Let's go.
I would definitely do that, man. Let me go get this ashwagandha and the things we can't talk about. You know.
All right, bro.
Do it right now. Let me go get that.
All right, bro. Salute, bro. That's a good call for 100 grand, man. It ain't 50 grand, man. That's 100, right? You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. All right, man. So you guys see the philosophy now. You guys see how everything rock and roll. My guy Lee Stewart says Charbonnet or McIntosh. I think McIntosh was one of the guys, one of their 30 for 30 visits, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that could be quite the case there in the scenario. Was he Mike McIntosh? Yeah, he wasn't on that list. But I heard that they kind of like him. So it could be a situation that the Cowboys draft that Georgia running back. Y'all let me know. Shout out to Blogger the Boys for keeping a good tracker of all of this. But, all right, we got another caller live from the news break. Appreciate you so much, my guy from the 206 MJ. Hey, man, it was you to telling me about, look at that UCLA kid, right? It was you, right?
Yes, I'm the one to tell you, Lord.
Yeah, dog. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I looked at most of his tape, man, looked at several games, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Your analysis was right on point, and he's got a mean streak in him. He got some fundamental things that he's going to have to work on. But shoot, give me that temperament and give me that dog mentality mindset. I'll take that over anything.
He used to be a defensive tackle, Law.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Remember? And they changed him. So they probably did the same thing. That's why you're laughing at the big Spanish kid might be the same way.
Isaac, yeah. He played like Isaac, right? With the I'm going to land on you, I'm going to beat you up type of mindset. So hopefully we can get the inverse. Hopefully Isaac can bring that to the table on the defensive side. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I like about, now that's why I got to get credit for Jerry Jones, man. He's trying to feed the kid family. I love that. That's why you can't get mad at Jerry, man. You know, we get mad at him at the draft or something, or when they let go of a player, but he trying to feed you, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and Lord, that's what I told Will today. I told Steele, I say, Jerry, y'all get mad at Jerry. But when Jerry Jones them give you that $10 million contract, Law, and that's Steven. Steven's okay, I'm gonna give him $10 million, and I'm gonna see if they're gonna be on my team. And then if you turn on him, he ain't gonna negotiate with you. Then he'll let you go out there and see what you get, and you don't get none. And then he got you. He ain't gonna take you back. He gonna see, I told you. Now you gotta go and do your crumbs and fight for another team. And you weren't loyal to me. I gave you $10 million that you never had in your life.
Right.
And you try to pimp me for $15 million a year, like I was a fool. That's one thing, huh? You remember, Law, I'm Cowboy 2 now. Everybody know MJ Cowboy 2. I'm with Steven. If you try to pimp me and I feed you, I don't want you back. So anybody on here that got a good player on their team, if one of your best players on here try to do him, and you got to remember that's why they gave, they ain't want to disrespect Zeke because all the whole team loves Zeke.
They do.
And Zeke lucky. Zeke got over $70 million. He eating better than everybody on his phone. So they told Zeke, man, you go do what you got to do now. Zeke know he ain't worth but $2 million, $3 million. See, they got him. Now, and he feeling stupid, so he might go sign with another team. So the Cowboys don't really care. Because look what you just said. There's so many halfbacks. Law, the halfback for Illinois is cold-blooded.
Yes, Tucker, yeah.
Even when we go pick up the if y'all want another bruiser,
Right.
the Tennessee, the tennis of the Texas, Roshan, the other Texas.
Oh, Roshan Johnson. Okay.
He could play. You know what I'm saying?
But here's my thing is with all of those guys, we shouldn't be like, okay, they the end all be all, right? There should be an element of surprise. Look how high we are on Malik Davis, and he wasn't even drafted, right? He wasn't even drafted. And people banging on the table saying, give him an opportunity, give him a chance, and, give him freedom,
You see what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Law? And
Yeah.
Law, now I'm going to put the test to everybody on here, even you, Law.
Okay.
Here it go. All the Cowboy fans that's listening, and Law. Doom, the bell came on for the draft.
No. Hold on. I can get you. Hold on. Let's make it upscale. Let me upscale you right quick. 5, 4, 3, 2. Go.
With the 26th pick, the Cowboys select Nolan Smith from Georgia.
Shoot. That would be that would be dynamite, because that dude fast, man.
But the question is, for all the Cowboy fans, who are you picking? Smith or one of them stupid small receivers, or you gonna pick the guard? Who
All
you
right.
gonna pick?
So now you got me in a pickle. I'm gonna X out the wide receiver right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
I'm Xing out the wide receiver. So you got me with one hand guard, right?
Yep.
Guard, or you
the
said
guard.
tackle?
Either one.
Guard,
Smith, the
tackle.
guard, or the guard, or the tackle from Ohio State. The tackle from Ohio State, Avita, the guard, and Smith from Georgia. Who you picking?
Dude, I'm breaking my leg. Law, we done got this type of news. This would be this right here, Fab. You know what I'm saying?
Who you got?
What am I breaking news? Here we go. With the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Nolan Smith. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to go with that because the speed, you can't create that speed in the lap. And then I'm thinking about Sam Williams. He's so fast. You're thinking about Michael Parsons. He's so fast, man. Hey, I'm thinking about with the guard situation, I'm gonna reach out to Duke, right? And I'm going to say, hey, man, we got Mafi, man. He got bad feet and hands, man. But he's powerful. He's like a bull in a china shop. Hey, we going to make sure that this dude can be elevated to the next level, etc. We're going to see what we can get out of Matt 40-yard. We're going to see what we can get out of whoever else that's on this team, Alex Lindstrom or whoever, during the training camp. But I got to have somebody like that with that type of speed. It'll be too crazy for me to pass up on him.
You cannot let that guy go. Man.
Okay.
If that guy, cause I keep doing my mock draft and all these quarterbacks moving up and all these people picking these wrong picks, if them fools let us get him, boy, do you know what they just did? That put another 4 years on our number 11 list. Unbelievable. Oh, my God. Now, they don't know where he's coming from. They got him. If you put them both on the same side with D-Law, that quarterback looking over there, oh, my God.
You know what? I'm crazy enough to do this right here. And hear me out. Only the football people will understand what I'm saying. I would flex a package, whereas I got Sam Williams on the outside, D-Law on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Kick my guy back to linebacker. My guy, you know what I'm talking about. My guy, Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
And somehow move Nolan back in the middle of the field, and we doing double A-gap blitzes. I'm talking about what you going to do. There's so much speed on the outside and the edge. Shoot. And then I can flip it and have Sam coming through the double A-gap. It's going to be crazy.
And don't y'all know how much pressure that put on the quarterback? He ain't got a time to go 1-2. They coming so fast. That's a clone. Man, that defense is so fast and coming. And, man, now he really can play his 3-4 defense. Oh, my God.
Oh, if he played 3-4, it just...
And that make number 33. He's fast. He gonna be all the way live now.
Yeah.
That's gonna make 55 dangerous. The nose tackles who we get, and you can get your nose tackles in any round because there's another guy named Martin. He's like 6'5", 325. He come from West Kentucky. A big defensive tackle from West Kentucky. You can get him in the 4th or 5th round. And, you know, it takes him, like you said, a year or two to get in. But at the meantime, he get all them reps and practice. Like you say, 15 snaps a game. He going to get better and better. By the end of the year, he going to be a beast. You see what I'm saying?
What we need, MJ, what we really need, man, if we can get Big Bo to play like last year's Hankins, right?
Yeah.
We can just we ain't trying to ask Big Bo to do like 4 or 5 seconds. If he can just play like last year Jonathan Hankins, right? We'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be okay. But that's to be the dude I'm looking for all training camp. I'm looking for Big Bo to step
That's
up.
what my favorite draft would be. And you gonna crack up. I had a dream. Smith was the first pick. Vita was the second pick. And my boy from Wisconsin was the third pick. Come on, Law.
Come on, man.
And then the fourth pick was your boy Israel.
Oh man, you know the Cowboys
you
are.
got that draft when you go, Law, you gonna jump out, you gonna run out of the street butt naked.
Yeah, put me in jail, man.
Law, did you hear what he said? Everybody fan. Smith, Vita.
My gosh, man.
The Wisconsin guy, Reed, and then Israel. Come on, man.
Man, hey, MJ, man, boy, come on, man. You got me thinking, you know, like the Boom Boom Room, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, I thank you for putting that on my head, man, with the knowledge of that.
Bro, come on, dog.
Come on, man. That's not one
skill.
Come
on, man.
Talk
when
to
you
me.
go with Boss Cowboy and them and ask them which one they will pick.
I would definitely ask them that, man. Appreciate you, MJ, man. Let me hear you say it, man. Let me hear you say it.
All I want to say, everybody be patient.
Uh-huh.
It's looking good. How about them Cowboys? And A. Richardson, we ain't forgot about you. We're going to pick you up in a few days.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. That's MJ, man. Look, the team's going to be different, man. They're going to be flat out different by the end of this month. But the team that stand tall with their draft analysis and their draft points will be us. Will be us. And the other thing on the 30 for 30 visits, pay attention to after the draft. Our undrafted guys. There are going to be a spoonful of guys there like the Peyton Hendershots, you know, like some of the guys that we may take a little sweet reach on, you know. And everybody gonna be like, dang, man, Cowboys, boy, we back at it, baby. Yes, don't forget about Clark. He's nasty. Yeah, year 2. Yeah, James Brown. Ooh, Clark. I owe you guys an off-season analysis on Clark. And what I can tell you, if you like Clark for what he did last season, without OTAs, without training camp, without preseason games, thrown in beyond midseason, right? And if you like what he was able to do, shoot. Didn't he run like 22 miles per hour against the Chicago team? Y'all let me know. Put it down in the chat. Ooh, woo. All right. I got my guy from the 281. You're live. Charles in charge.
Salutations, Mr. Law. How you doing this hump day?
Salutations, man. All is great, man. Appreciate you, man.
Man, I got a question. Whenever you're doing your shows and every caller that says hello and how you doing, and you get asked how you doing, like, 20 times an hour, does that ever get annoying?
No, indeed, man. I've always been a talkative person, so God blessed me with the gift of gab. So I've been talking to people many millions of times everywhere I've been, man. How you doing? I even talked to Jason Garrett. How you doing, guys? Shout out Jason Garrett.
The clapper.
The clap, yeah.
It's kind of funny you doing this show because as you pointed out to me, I didn't need 1,000 subscribers to go live. So last night, my show last night was, about this could be the most important draft that we've had in a long time.
It could be, yeah.
This draft this draft is Will McClay's Picasso. If Will McClay can nail this draft to the T, it can not only set us up for humongous success this year, but for success, for a few years down the road.
Right.
Because last season we had a bunch of good rookies, some of them starting, some of them in the rotation the year before,
right,
and the year before that. So if he hits the nail on the head on this draft, it is on. And I know a lot of people, like that sexy edge rusher or linebacker or whatnot, but what we need to concentrate on is the offensive side of the ball now. Because defense, in January has showed up the last 2 seasons. Offense, I kind of correlated it, not comparing Dak to Peyton Manning, not at all. You don't hold a candle to him. But if you remember in 03 and 04, they went to New England and got dropped. And they had, the top offense. In 2003, they went to the championship game. That was Peyton's only championship game until his Super Bowl year in year 9. It was Peyton's 6th and 7th season, just like Dak's 6th and 7th season. They go to New England, lose 14-24. Only put up 14 points. In 2004, they got record-breaking season. Peyton Manning has 49 touchdown passes. That was a record at that time. And they blow out Denver 41-7. They go to New England, and the whole narrative of that game was, can Manning be stopped? That they were, expecting him to put on a show. And they get dropped 3-20. They only put up a field goal. After all them points and touchdowns they scored that year. And I know the rules were different back then, they actually changed rules after that game about, messing with the receivers while they're running the routes and whatnot and being real aggressive with them. But it correlates pretty similar to what happened to us the last 2 seasons. Top offense, and we run into the top defense into the postseason in 2 straight years. We can only put up 17 and then 12, when we're averaging like 35 a game. You know what I mean? And we will meet the Niners again in the playoffs this season. We're going to meet them again. And with them adding Javon Hargrave to that defensive line, that is their bread and butter. So if Bijan doesn't fall to 26, you never know. I mean, CeeDee Lamb fell to 17. Nobody saw that coming. If Bijan doesn't fall to 26, I think you got to take the left guard. We got to get our offensive line as good and as nasty as it can be so we can handle these defensive lines of San Francisco and Philadelphia, because when it gets to January football, it comes to the trenches. We're going to handle the regular season. I think we're going to be the number 1 seed because, we play the East. That's 2 games against Giants, Eagles, and Washington. Then we got the NFC West, so that's the Rams, Cards, Seahawks, and Niners.
Right.
And then we got the AFC West. That's the Pats, Jets, Bills, and Miami. And then we got the Chargers. That's a good thing about the second place schedule is we have the Chargers and the Eagles get to play Kansas City again.
Well, I feel you all with all of what you're saying. Good analysis there, Charles. All I can say is it's a year-to-year league, man. 1 year a team look like they nothing, right? Laugh and scoff at them, and then the next season they make a few moves, and now they're in the Super Bowl, right? And that was the Eagles. They were 9-8, the previous year that they went and won multiple games. I forgot what their record was last season, but they made it all the way to the Super Bowl by just tweaking a few things, right? So, and the same could be said by Peyton Manning. Had one of the prolific offenses, right? Yeah. Got all the way to the Super Bowl, folded up like a wallet because he met the LOB. They beat the brakes off of him. But they didn't stop there. They went and got more and more weapons, more and more pieces. And then Peyton Manning that year was a pedestrian all that year. But they solidified the defense because they looked at it like, shoot, defense win championships. And then they won the Super Bowl the very next year. So if we can mimic some of that, like our offense is pretty good, let's put weapons around the quarterback plus defense, we can be in the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Philly made it to the Super Bowl last year after going 9-8 because they signed everybody in the country.
Right.
Cincinnati's one of those teams that you didn't see coming. They came out of nowhere, and was, just 1 year to the next, just went to the Super Bowl after drafting Jamar Chase Joe Burrow's guy, from LSU. But I just feel we got to focus on the offense in the first few rounds. A defensive tackle is very deep. Shoot the top 10. In the third round, you can get a pretty good defensive tackle.
No doubt, man.
If they're not all taken.
No doubt. You are 1,000,000% right on that, fam. Let people know where they can find and follow you at.
It's technically it's Cowboy Sports Report by Charles in Charge. The person that set it up for me put it like that. I always thought it was Charles in Charge, Cowboy Sports Report, but it's Cowboy Sports Report by Charles in Charge.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a pretty good show last night for my second live show. I was very happy with the turnout. But check me out, guys. After Loss, awesome show. He's the man. I'm just trying to follow the man with a plan.
Well, no doubt, man.
I enjoy doing this. Man.
I appreciate you so much. And since you're a content creator, in the description box of this video, there's a link that says News Break Content Creator or Content. Yeah. Click on that, join them, and you can start earning coins and putting your opinions out there immediately, so there's no threshold that you have to meet. So join them and sign up. And hey, I'm there too. I got over close to 7,000 subscribers there, man. I appreciate Newsbreak so much. But you can join and then start growing your pipeline there. Remember, never paint yourself into a corner. Always keep options open on all platforms. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
I thank you, man.
Some Cowboys?
How about them, baby? Yeah, that's Charles right there.
Ring 6 this year, baby. Ring 6 is coming this year. Y'all buy your tickets.
Let's go, man. That's my guy, man. Check him out. He'll be in the comment sections there, and support him, support his movement there, and everything, baby. Charles on fire, yeah. So, yeah, if you're in the mind of doing content creations, man, just click the link that's in the description box. This is also brought to you by Newsbreak. Appreciate them for what they do for the nation. All right, so we got Big Pimpin', and then we have Action Jackson. Those are the two, and they got Banks to fall right on in. So there'll be the three right there. Then we can get things going. Big Pimpin', you're live for the 281.
Mr. Law, how you doing today, bro?
Man, all is well, man. Can't complain.
Hey, man, I understand that, man. I understand. I'm going to have to make it a little short and sweet, man. All these people coming in this truck stop, I'm going to have to get them go pay for the little parking. But, hey, I'm a history person on the Dallas Cowboys, so I want you to think about something. The dude that you were talking about from UCLA who played on defense, right? And who transferred over to offense, right?
Okay, yeah. Mafi, yeah.
Mafi, okay, that's his name. Okay, I want you to go back and think about something right here. Mark Tuinei, what did he do? He played defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then he transferred over to offense, offensive tackle.
Okay.
And that was a bad boy. They called him the gentle giant. But that was a bad boy during the Super Bowl years, right?
Man, you open up some new dimensions in my mind over here, man. Some old dimensions, I meant to say. But keep going. I'm following you.
Yeah. So the offensive line coach back then his name was Wise, wasn't it? Yeah, his name was Wise, and he put the 5 best people that he had, and he didn't matter what position they played. They won a tackle, guard, and they all switched them over. The only one who could play multiple positions was the center because he was too small.
Yeah, he was.
But he was a technician, so hey, he was good at what he did. So what I'm saying is, dude, they can put the 5 best players out there on that offensive line. Don't matter which one they are. Put the 5 best.
Yeah.
Watch what they do. Watch what they do.
Just put the 5 best guys out there and just say fight.
Yep.
Fight. Look, you don't have to get cute with it. We're going to bring physicality. And you know what? It just hit me, Big Pimpin'. You remember one of the things that Mike McCarthy was talking about when he first got here, physicality. And then when we finally made it to the first playoff game, the other thing that he was trying to tell Jerry was like, hey, remember the Niners game. Physicality, right? And, of course, we met the Niners again this past season, and we lost. And, of course, it's like, okay, I get it, right? Dak Prescott, he threw the interceptions. But I think that we shored up most of that physicality point. We did. We shored up most of that. So and we shored up all of the physicality talk all this past season. There was nobody that was really calling the Cowboys soft. So another focal point on physicality for the 2023 season. Shoot, it's about to get nasty, man. I'm following you now. I'm following you on this. This could be a situation for us in a good way.
And hey, if we drop old boy from UCLA, he shouldn't have no problem getting low because he was a defensive tackle.
Right. When I was looking at his film and I was looking at everything, he keep his pad levels really low. That's one of the things that he do really well. And he don't have good feet, but he's a good anchor. So he got great anchor, great push, strong hands. It's just placement is terrible. He begins to, you know how you get out of your stance? It's a little delayed a little bit. So that's how he gave up the 3 sacks. It wasn't because he was overpowered. It's because, hey, he's still in his stance and the guy getting around him, you know. So he's going to have to chop up that and get a faster clock in his mind. But this dude could be a steal if the Cowboys draft him, though.
Right. Because you remember what they said last year about Smith. He holds too much. He holds too much. And then they fixed that. So they can be able to fix him, too.
Yeah.
And then when they fixed him, he already got that dog in him.
Right.
He already got that dog.
He do.
That's what we need. Yeah. So we need against them defensive linemen. We need people like dogs who can get physical. San Francisco, physical. So we're going to have to play them.
You're going to play them.
They ain't going nowhere, so they're going to have to play them.
Yeah, and we ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't finna run from this fight. Right. You know, they got 2 up on me, and a lot of people thinking that, hey, you know, it didn't hurt us as much. Shoot, I got a brother that remind me every day, man. You know, bang. Don't you know there's a word? There's a horrible thing. Bang, bang, not a gang. That's horrible saying, man. I hear it every day.
But this year we going to get them, though.
Yeah, let's go get them.
I just had to call you. I call you every day.
I appreciate you, man.
Call you.
You keeping that streak going, man.
Yeah, man. Here, I got to, bro.
Yeah, big pimping, man. Big pimping. Just don't let them lot lizards get to you, though, man. Keep it on move, though.
Hey, man. Don't tell nobody. Hey, bro. They just be adding for direction. That's all they do.
All right, bro. Salute, man.
All right, cool.
Yes, indeed, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Them lot lizards, boy. They be trying to set up everything, you know. Oh, my gosh, man. Look, I had 1 million jobs before, y'all. So I used to be a Securitas. If you ever need money, if you ever looking for a job, be a security guard, man. And I call them Sacaritas, but it was Securitas I was working for. Unlimited overtime because I was picking up. Y'all thinking I'm working now. Shoot, for Securitas, I'll leave one post, go to another one. And they fool around and put me, and you know, you get an extra $3, $4 more if you get your gun permit. You know what I'm saying? You get your gun license. So, of course, I got the gun license. They gave me a patrol car. They put me out there pilot, you know, on 55 in Jackson, Mississippi. Boy, them lot lizards coming out, boy. One lady that caught a ride from L.A. all the way to Jackson, Mississippi. And from Jackson, Mississippi, she was trying to go to New York. And she had the pretty face and everything, but she was a lot lizard. And them fellas, man, some of them young truck drivers didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, no. We would know the lot lizards by their name, too, man. We try to run them all, but they'll circle back. It'd be like the moon. Every full moon, they'll come back around, and they'll get another guy and another guy. Guys come in there, they tell on themselves, hey, man, I had a wallet, you know, and this lady was with me, and, you know, when I went to go get my cash, my wallet was gone. You know what I'm saying? Well, they'll come up with all type of stories, man. Boy, them lot lizards would take their TV, their clothes, and their wedding rings and everything, man. But some fellas, they say, get lonely on their road and they want to carry a lizard with them, you know. But that's a whole nother story. You know, they still lot lizards out here. Yeah, man, for the 2023, regardless of the cameras and everything, man, they got them lot lizards strong, man. But, you know, as a security guard, I drive out there. Yep, drive around there. fellas, you try to say, hey, man, hey, man, I don't want you to circle around no more, man. Here's about $40, $50, you know, bust another loop, you know what I'm saying? All right. You sure about that, dog? You know, because the law is always on the grind for your mind. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to be 55 right there, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'll come back around. But you got to hurry up now. Let me quit talking, man. Go get somebody in trouble, man. All right, and some of them truck drivers, before I get the next caller, some of them trying to wife them. You know, I'll be like, don't wife them. Don't wife them lots. Don't wife them lizards, boy. My guy from the 945, man, you live, man.
Hey, tell them don't wipe them down, just pipe them down.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Let them go on about their business.
No, not the lot lizards, though, man. You will catch something that Ajax and water can't take off, man. Yeah, man.
Scrubbing away, you're scrubbing away, man. What's going on, man? Hey, you know what? Hey, how they talk down there. I can't rinse it off.
You can't rinse it off, man. Hey, and pilot, you got to pay for the showers. It's like $1.25 an hour. Joking to pay $500 in that shower room. Like, hey, dog. Hey, man, somebody else got to take a shower, man.
You spending a whole check using up all the hot water.
Using up all the hot water, man. Yes, indeed, man.
Hey, then tell your brother, like I tell my cousin, man, I call him get bang down the game. Man, I can't stand him. I got to hear it. People got to understand it's much bigger than just the Cowboys lose to the 49ers when you got a 49er that you see every day on talk to every day, man. Come on.
Man, every day. And then I got it from both sides, man. My other brother, he don't do like live content, but he's an Eagles fan. You know, so imagine the household.
You a whole rainbow over there, bro.
Man, yeah.
I know you said your mom's a Saints fan.
My mom's the Saints.
Everywhere.
Man, everywhere. And the craziest thing of it all, man, it was so crazy that my brother was talking, my older brother, Ben, his name Ben Tay too. His name is Ben. And he was talking Donkey Kong size stuff when he beat them Niners, though. And I was just like, yeah. Man, he was talking, man, my twin was so mad. He was so mad. Hey, twin was so mad, man. I was just sitting back there giggling, man, because I couldn't stand both of them. But this is what made twin mad, though. He was mad because, you know, my brother Ben, he wasn't talking stuff all year, right? He was being quiet all year. So then he started talking all that noise. And, you know, when old boy, what's it doing that Brock Purdy, he broke his arm or something. He was talking all type of noise. He was talking all type of noise. But he know he had the game. And Twin was so mad when old boy had caught that pass, but he didn't really catch it. What's the Slim Reaper, you know?
Devontae Smith, they ain't talented.
Yeah, they ain't talented. Oh my gosh, man. I was just giggling, boy, the whole game. And Twin was so mad, man. It was a turning point of the game, and those boys were going back and forth. And we got a group chat. They were going back and forth. And Twin was like, man, F you, man. You see people like you, I can't stand you, man. Y'all didn't go a whole year. Y'all wasn't talking nothing. You was definition of a fake fan. You a fickle fan. You know. You a front runner, man. You don't even know what's the name number. That was the best. Like, even though my team was sitting on the sideline, it was the best rivalry fight. Huh? I was eating it up, man. And then when they made it to the Super Bowl, don't you know my big brother? He had the Eagles hat. He was sending out texts and everything, talking about they finna win the Super Bowl. Cause remember, the Eagles was up 10 at halftime.
Yeah.
Hey.
The old tank.
Hey, that brother got solid. That brother got solid in the fourth quarter, man. You couldn't even say nothing to him. But man, go ahead, man. I'm taking over, man. Go ahead, man.
And the quick question today, as the fan on the fan side, why is it that as a Cowboy fan, we take losses harder than any other fan base?
Because, all right. So, for example, have you ever slip and fell, and only like one person saw you? And you get up, and then you say, "Oh man, that step was uneven pavement or something." You know what I'm saying? You blame the step or what have you. And you keep it moving, right? Then one person kind of like, "All right, you all right?" And then they help you up or what have you, move on. But if you slip and fall, and it's like a 1,000 people watching. Everybody gonna have their opinion, their thoughts on it, and they say, "Well, action. He just can't walk." Even though the uneven pavement was the fault, he just can't. He don't have no dexterity. They start breaking it down. Someone else will have their analysis on it. Then another person have their analysis on it, and then it's gonna take it harder because everybody saw you at your lowest, and that's what the Cowboys fans are subject to. Like First Take, ESPN, everybody, man, Molly crying. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen,
everybody gonna be on us.
I be so drove, bro. I can't watch ESPN. I can't watch none of it. Like, it'd be like a week or so before I can be able to even attempt to watch it, bro. I mean, like, you know what I mean? And it's like you said, it's probably just because I know I'm top. They're gonna be the subject of the day. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm top. Everybody else be camouflage.
And the nature on how players do. Like, we are painted to be the villain, but we don't have a villain type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Like my guy, Dak. I like Dak, but he got like a more of a docile approach to things, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna challenge the 4-letter, 3-letter network and say, man, F y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or look at this person. He taking stuff on the chin. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get hit all in the face. Parsons, I like what Parsons do.
If we had Vince McMahon, not Vince McMahon, Jim McMahon attitude.
Yeah, it would be like Royal Rumble TV. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, Jim McMahon, the Chicago Bears quarterback, walking with the sunglasses, like, man, I don't talk to no media. I'm gonna do me. I'm cool. Jim McMahon. I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the bad guy, tough guy attitude. You know?
So he don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he'll get as much pushback as he get. You know what I mean?
I mean, he gonna get it. Here's the thing, he gonna get it regardless. You see what I'm saying? Right. And then what make it so difficult will be all of the atonement for the Cowboys is because of the previous team, right? Like Mike McCarthy is getting painted with the same brush as Jason Garrett, right? Like he getting painted because of his pitfall. The 8-8, the 8-8, the 8-8. So a Cowboys accident waiting to happen. That was birthed in the Jason Garrett administration. So now what was happening here is that all of the inefficiencies from what we've been doing for the last 27 years is placed upon this team every year. Every year.
Right.
Right.
Right. And like the accident waiting to happen, they just, you know what I'm saying, that's just something that's inevitable. Like, you know what I mean? Like basically anybody who don't win a Super Bowl, their team is accident waiting to happen. So
true.
It's a clever thing for Stephen A to make that statement because it can always work in his favor. You know what I'm saying? It's easily to be, you know what I'm saying, for him. I told you I was an accident waiting to happen. It was bound to, you know what I'm saying?
Put it like this: if ESPN and his thought track and his flow was the same in 1960, he would have been right for 28 years. The Cowboys only won 2 Super Bowls. So think about this. Tom Landry only got 2 Super Bowl victories, right, under his belt. If he said that the Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen, he would have literally been right for 28 years. That's crazy. So people got to contextualize that it is harder to win the Super Bowl. It's easier for me to say Miami Dolphins won't win the Super Bowl. It's easier for me to say the doggone Steelers will not win another Super Bowl, and I'll be right for all of those years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he played that card and he winning off that card.
He winning. Yeah. Yep.
It's good little marketing,
It's good marketing.
He's good marketing. I give him credit for that. But what I want to say, like, I think, personally with the Cowboys in the draft, I think they should just go in the trenches. I think they should take Avila. That's what I think they do. I think they're just going to go Texas. I think they're going to go with Avila. They're just saying if the marquee names off the board. You know what I mean? The Bijans and all that, you know what I mean? The big guy from Ohio State, Paris Cox, or the defensive tackle from Georgia if he don't slip and fall. let's say all them off the board. I think they're going to go with Avila, TCU, and I think they're going to go with the DT from Baylor.
Okay.
What you think about that? What you think about that as top 2? What you think about that?
I mean, that's trench warfare right there. You got a guy trench warfare. The guy that's going to fit right in. He's going to compete with Big Bo. He's going to be right behind John Hankins. So the questions that you will have issues with is his lateral movement. He got short arms too. Ika, can he anchor in down the line? Yes, but you don't have to throw him out there. So because we did such a great job as it relates to the free agency, so that's good. And then Avila, he's going to have to be a day one guy. He's going to have to start day one. And you're going to have to coach him up and get him up, especially in the first round. You're going to lean on that. So you will be leaning on Tyron Smith, because they say whatever they want to say now. But I truly believe Tyron Smith will be your swing, right? Tyler Smith will be your left tackle. Avila will be your inside guard. Tyler Biadasz your center. Zach Martin will be your right guard. And then Terrence Steele will be your right tackle. That will be your offensive line for the 2023 season.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I think if they signed Tyron on that deal, they did that knowingly that they were in control of his money. You know what I'm saying? That he can't, they in control of how much money he really gonna make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's why they signed him to that deal, just because they're in control of it. They like, he played so many reps. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where if Terrence Steele come back and they think he's ready, they can shut Tyron down.
Man, hello. And that's exactly what will happen. Look, we all know what Tyron, and it could be a money grab too, man. If he just sit back and don't get hurt, man. Look at that. Look at the incentives on that contract, man. Just make it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Shoot. Yeah. You can make $17 million, man, if you just stay healthy.
Come on, and that's what he just played it to Stephen Jones' hand. That's what they trying to play Tyron like, they willing to pay him that much if he can. You know what I'm saying? If he can stay healthy, they make that much. But they really ain't willing to pay him that much. They trying to put that in his head that they are. Because they really going to shut him down once they think Steele is ready. You know what I'm saying? That was just a play for them. You know what I mean?
They gambling a little bit with Steele, though. They gambling with a Steele, and that's just the Cowboys' way, man.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. Y'all see this man worth, but y'all, but everything's a money play. We the only organization that make everything about a money play. We got to win. If they don't feel like they winning, they don't want the deal. They like doing business with your homeboy, your family.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is.
For it to be a deal.
You got to win, man. But they playing around with fire. But that's their philosophy and that's their way, though, man. And I ain't gonna squeeze them on that. They've been working with them to be billionaires so far. So that's how they roll, man.
And one other thing, man, I ain't on no racing none, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when the teams that have, if you go back in history, right, the teams that have a player of a Samoan descent, they win the Super Bowls, man. Think about that. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Vita Vale, Star Latuele and all those boys? Yeah.
The Polar, 49ers for Polar back in the day.
Yeah.
2-8. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? Think about that, man. It's crazy. Whether on either side of the line, it's crazy. They win those Super Bowls. Like facts.
Man, it is what it is, man. It's not about race. It's just what it is, man. Those guys, they got a certain technique and a certain skill set that translate to football, man. And it's not about race, man. It's all good. It's like me still doing the inverse, saying, man, I ain't gonna have no brothers out there. We're gonna go with a non-melanated team. Nah, man,
Yeah. I hate you with the stop the cab early because you supposed to gave my wrench, man. You didn't give me my wrench, so that's why I hate you to stop the cab early. You didn't get my wrench, man.
All right, man. Hey, you still look. You gotta talk to the doorkeeper, man. You gotta earn. That's Sadiq, man. So Sadiq, you gotta. If she put your name on the list, man, then that let me know you've been sharing, you've been out there promoting the brand and everything. So Sadiq, man, you got to go through the gatekeeper, man. She the gatekeeper of the ranch over there. So Sadiq, he want to get initiated, man. He want to pledge the law.
Hey, Sadiq will know it ain't number love. It ain't number love. You know, y'all already know.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. My guy Action Jackson want to pledge. Law file law, y'all. He's for the pledge, y'all. He got to put in his papers and everything. Make sure he be doing his community service. Make sure he been outreaching, sharing, and doing all of the grassroots stuff, man. You know. I'm going to see if he going to make the line. You know, so Sadiq, you got to go through Sadiq, though, man. You know. She makes sure. She be hitting me up, Law, add this person. And I'll be like, all right, let me double check. All right, I'm going to add him, you know. So, yeah, if you can make it through Sadiq, then you can make it to be on that on the Ranch Groove. All right, so who we got next? I'm looking for a picture of my guy. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to do it the next time. All right, let me go right here. Y'all appreciate y'all so much, man. Y'all okay? Y'all want me to keep going? Y'all want me to keep going? Let me know. All right, I got 2 more callers.
The conference has been locked.
My guy from the 757, you're live. Banks, you're live.
Law, what's going on, man?
Man, what's good with you, man?
Hey, listen, I'm a trucker too, man. Law, you can't be getting all the secrets, man. You can't be here telling everything, man. How you know all that?
Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Look, I'm a man of a wealth of a whole bunch of information. I'm just saying that now shout out to the truckers, but you can't wipe the lizards now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No. No. You can't wipe the lizards, no.
Now every now and then I met a few guys that got lucky though. Certain parts of the country you drive through in L.A. and you might get lucky. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, side conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. L.A. now, they don't care. You can pick up one anywhere. But,
yeah, you're true.
Hey, look, man. I was going to say, I'm a little late to the scene today. I had time really checking things. I seen something about, what's it there here say if he get released, he want to come to the Cowboys. Seen that?
Who said?
Told me that.
Say that again.
Henry.
Oh.
Said if he gets released, he wants to come to the Cowboys. I mean, I don't see it happening.
Now, Hen is a Cowboys fan. You know, he wanted the Cowboys to draft him, and he works out with Sanders Fit right here in Dallas. So he's literally right here in Dallas, I think, today. So if he want to come to the Cowboys, see, a lot of people use Cowboys as leverage too. So I don't want wee-woo. I don't want wee-woo stuff, you know, like my guy. I don't want no wee-woo. But Henry, if he come to the Cowboys, if he get cut, then it would have to be for a cheap price. I don't think that the Cowboys going to pay him more than Tony Pollard.
No, I don't see it. I think Derrick Henry, one of those guys, you see, he's starting to get for the most part of his career, he's been pretty durable. He definitely still got some left in the tank, but I think we've kind of seen a trend of him getting kind of injured, you know, lately, more than usual. So
yeah, but he had 1,500 yards last season, right at 14 touchdowns. So, and then the season before that, before the injury, he had 1,000, and then the season before that, he had 2,000 yards in 1 year. So, I don't think that he's slowing down. He's still a dog. You bring him on, you give him a cup of coffee, but I wouldn't say that the Cowboys would be willing to give up a first-round draft pick for him, right? If, let's say, the Tennessee is saying, okay, they want a first-round draft pick, even swap, no questions, no answers from there, you know, we would take a first-round draft pick. Then with the 26th pick, I think that he would probably be the best option for you, believe it or not. And I know some people would say, nah, Law, you're out your mind. But, nah, he'll be the best option.
Yeah, for real. What you think, man, if, you know, I've been looking at, you know, thinking about where we could go. Now, this a deep draft for the DBs, you know, well, I'm going to say corners. So if you think one of those, I don't see us going corner in the first, but if we were to, just in case, just for next year, if one of them was to fall to us, who would you think would be worth getting at 26 spot? Like I said, I don't see them going that route, but if one was to fall there, who do you didn't think was gonna fall there, who would you want to get?
All right, so you got Joey Porter Jr., right? We know Christian Gonzalez, he won't be there. Cam Smith, he might be there, but, he's a guy that I like. I think that he'll fit right on in, and he'll try to absorb anything possible from Gilly, the same school. You know how that goes. Who would we go out there and get farther?
I was thinking
Joey Porter Jr.
Witherspoon, man.
Witherspoon, yeah, but I don't see him falling all the way to the 26th. But if he's there, and if he's the best player available on your board, will I divert from going from guard or interior tackle guy or core? Yes, if he's the BPA, don't play around with your food. You get him, and then you say to yourself, you got Gilmore, who will be a bridge to him, right? You can keep playing inside as the nickel corner. Jordan Lewis, he can fight for that spot, but let them boys fight for it. And then you got Trayvon Diggs on the outside. So that's a hell of a defensive back room, And then you can still have Izzy. I know he have hopes to be an outside cornerback. But Izzy, you be like, hey, man, we really like your skill set, and we want you to be the future Malik Hooker role.
Yeah. I can see that, too.
Yeah, I can flat out see
I don't see us going, like I said, I don't see us going corner. But just if, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, man, if one of these guys, because this is a deep draft for him, I feel like, and we only got Gilmore, at a 1-year deal. I don't see us re-signing him, because he's getting up there in age, so. Hey, why not be a year early than a year late? You know what I mean? To where you're gonna have to fill that position again. So
yeah, Father Time is undefeated, man, and a lot of times week 3, week 4, some things can happen, soft tissue issues or some type of freak accident, and you got no one's gonna be waiting to use that excuse. Nah, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter, right? So that's just how it is, man.
Yeah, and I'm like my man that just called, man. As a Cowboys fan, man, them losses, man, I took them hard.
Man,
I don't watch the 4 and 3-letter networks, man, because everybody got they want to, they put their takes out there, and man, you like, man, and then they just be all wrong. You know what I mean?
Be all wrong, man. And even when they are right on something, they will still lean and cover back and circle right back to the wrong side. Like, come on, man. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this one more time. It's like, remember when I was saying, like, damn, man, my guy Dak, I like what he does out there for us, man. He's a wonderful guy. But man, he only gave us a short real estate to even defend him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
also,
he give us only short real estate to defend. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives, but yeah, Dak, listen, all the blame he has gotten for the losses or certain stuff, he definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
But he became an easy target, with his turnovers, with the interceptions. Prime example, Green Bay game. He had 2 interceptions in the first half.
Yeah.
Not really a bearing on reason. It's not really the reason why we lost. We know why we lost. We was up 28 points going into the fourth quarter, and we gave up the lead, and they won. Yeah, won. The first thing they say the next day, that next Monday, they talked about was Dak Prescott interceptions. God.
Yeah.
It was like, that's the reason why we lost, because of Dak's interceptions.
Right.
It couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, he threw 2, but we were still up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man.
And that's the hardest thing, because we don't get the benefit of the doubt. For example, right? We lost this the playoff game to Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah.
And everybody say, well, Brock Purdy is better. Brock Purdy is better than Dak. But Cooper Rush beats Joe Burrows, right? No one's saying Cooper Rush is better than Joe Burrows, right? So we don't have that. We don't have the common sense talk even within the confines of our own organization, right? So it's one of those things where he's an easy target, he's an easy click ratio guy. So you can talk about, hey, that game and these sorts of things, and it'll be the same thing over and over again of us only. And that's what I believe. Did you watch The Final Word last night?
No, man, I missed it, man. I was driving.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
could still listen to it.
Yeah, but
I
that's
missed
all
it,
good. You know, that's what I believe. What the OC and Big Game James and Boss Cowboy was saying is like, even if the Cowboys go and draft the quarterback, Max Duggan, right, or whoever, Tanner Heineke, whatever, Tanner McKee, whatever his name is, Tanner McKee, or anybody, right? Whatever they do, they're going to put them not right here. They're going to put them right there, right? They're going to put them way up there. And it's not going to be like no within reasons of conversation or trying to go back and forth with them because they are so ready to see Dak gone, right? So it's one of those things, man, whereas the Cowboys, only the Cowboys are put in that place. No other team.
And it comes from my own fans too, man.
Oh my God!
I mean, I say it like this. Because people say, you know, he just don't got it to get us there. But we've seen plenty of quarterbacks that's not as good as Dak, nowhere near as good as Dak, get there and win it because of the team that was, you know, with them. Look back since everybody talks about the Super Bowls from the '90s, you know, since Troy Aikman. We only had two good quarterbacks since then, and who was that? Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. Be thankful for some of the stuff. Yeah, it probably could be better. I'm sure it can. You know what I mean? If we had lucked up on certain guys, but that's who we got. You know what I mean? Hey, we could have the problem that, you know, a lot of other teams have that's looking to change the quarterbacks every season. Look at the Jets. Look at the Lions, guys like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, hey, man, just take, you know, hey, take what we got and just try to, you know what I'm saying, roll with it. And I'm going to say this. You brought up that Cooper Rush thing. Like you said, guys always say how, you know, like you said, oh, he's better than that. You had the Cooper Rush fans.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the same guys that were the Andy Dalton fans when they came in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be better than that when Dak got hurt. And you see how that turned out.
I mean, woo, I remember that, man. Yeah, but I appreciate you calling in, Banks, man. Be careful on the road, man. And, hey, those truck stops, man, believe it or not, outside of the lot lizards, man, at those pilots and at those other stops, man, they have the best gadget and gizmos, man, like the small TVs and the Bluetooth things. I stop by the truck stops to get those type of things, like battery packs for charging stuff. Man,
Oh, yeah. If I got to, I only stop at a Pilot or Love's.
Love's, yeah. Love's really nice, man. Clean bathrooms, rest areas and stuff, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, but appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? You know, yeah. Bucky's nice, too, but I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. Can trucks stop at Bucky's? But yeah, Pilot and Love's, man, they really nice, man. So if y'all on the road, man, stop by one of those places, man, to use your restroom, wash your hands and stuff, and go grab a little food. Yep. That's another one. I think they're only in Texas, though. I think it's called TX Truck Stop. But yeah, those Pilots and those Loves, man, they are really, really, really go hard. Let me see somebody put Bucky's are overrated, right? You know, is Bucky's overrated? Yeah, some people don't know what Bucky's are, though. Bucky is a real big stop rest area, though. Yeah. TA law, yeah. TA stops. J Business. TA. I go to when I'm driving along 20. Going back to Mississippi, TA is a nice spot. Loves is a nice spot. And, of course, Pilot. Some pilots, not all pilots, some pilots are nice, too. Yeah, TA. TA truck stops really nice. All right, we got from the 281 down there in Houston. You're live. Yellow. 281 going once, twice.
Hey, what up, Law?
What's good, man? Cutting hair, man. What's going on? Got a lot of reverb, man. Yellow. Yeah, got a lot of reverb, man. Talk to me, man. Hello.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good, man? Make it quick, man. You got some feedback.
Hey, Law, remember we had remember we had that good line when we had the Great Wall? Who was all on our offensive line? Remember that, Law? When Zeke first came in?
Yeah.
When Zeke first came in, who was on the offensive line?
Man, you had a younger Tyron Smith. You had Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Free. I think you had at the time a split between Lyle Collins and what's the guy named Ron Leary.
Okay,
Ron Leary. Yeah.
Okay, now your boy that you looking at Okay.
Mafi.
From USC.
Yeah. UCLA. Yeah.
From USC. Who would you compare him to on the offensive line? UCLA. I'm sorry. Who would you compare him to on the line?
From his college tape.
Jack Frederick.
Go ahead. I think I lost you, man. But yeah, I would compare him more to right now a poor man's Ron Leary. I'm not going to put him at Ron Leary, but I would compare him to a poor man's Ron Leary for right now. From his mindset and his mentality on the field, man.
Okay, because I think once we get him, I think anybody can run behind that line.
Okay.
Anybody can run.
Anybody. Well, he's going to have, like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I ain't going to say nay on that. But I got to see Solari's scheme, and he will be a good guy. He's going to have mentality, right? He's going to have the mindset. He's going to have some growing pains. He's better on the run than the pass, so obvious passing downs, I don't want him to get his quarterback killed. Yeah. Hey, man, what's your name, fam? Because I can save you in here.
So would you consider him as a passing, or would you consider him as a runner?
He's a run type of guard there. He's got to work on his pass blocking technique. What's your name, fam, so I can save you in here? Hello? Man, I'm trying real hard, y'all. All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, call back tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to get a table fade? Sound like he was cutting hair, man. But just to make everything real, it appears that, like, I don't want us for those short clips. I don't want us to say, man, that Mafi is the end-all, be-all. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that he got power. He present that. You can see some transferable, situations, whereas hands, if they get to the inside, he can redirect. It can be a blessing in disguise of us picking him up because of his power and what we've been lacking at left guard for, forever, right? So if you bring in somebody like that, and if you have someone like that, that the upside is just tremendous, right? You just need to work on techniques and fundamentals. Yeah, I love that. Put it like this. I like that end of it versus the opposite end of it. Meaning that Connor Williams, he was a tackle, hook 'em, all of that good stuff for Texas. University of Texas, came over here. They said, he's a little smaller, the arm's not as long as we want. We'll slide him inside. We slid Connor Williams inside, and we was talking about, he got good feet, good hand technique, right? No power. So it's like when for many of years, I was saying that when you're playing against Connor Williams, it was like, all right, it's like playing spades. I know I can get 2 in a possible. I know I got 2 books in a possible, meaning that I can get 2 sacks and a half, man. So Connor Williams, teams would say, all right, third, fourth quarter, bull rush, right to the quarterback, make him the baby. They couldn't show off all of their hands in the first quarter because he was good with his hand technique, right? but he couldn't anchor, and his anchor was zero. You put him on skates. It was only one person Connor Williams whooped butt on, and beat up, was Aaron Donald, right? That was the only guy he could beat up. Right? Like, wow, it's like odd. Like, he's the oddest player ever, right? And we went from Connor to Connor. Now, Connor McGovern, strong, can get out on the outside, but he had concrete blocks for feet. But we literally, when we brought in Connor McGovern, we literally seen Connor McGovern was strong, right? You can't beat the dude with bull rush, right? You would have to beat him with get off. You had to beat him with technique, half body, swim, chop, get inside, and you would beat him. But the problem was when it was time to pull, when it was time to get in front of things, the man had concrete blocks for feet. And sometimes his stance was delayed and he stood too high. That was Connor McGovern issues. And he was a right guy, right? Center, right guard. That was his lane. Fullback. Cowboys decided to put him on the left side, and he was solid for us. Not the best for us. Now he's the Bills team. I don't know what the Bills going to do with him. Maybe they put him at center. Maybe they put him at right guard over there. But he was serviceable for us. So if whoever you pick in this draft, you will have to go through all of the rigmarole again. Speed to power, can they handle that? Do they have good feet, hands inside? Can they anchor in? Will you have enough time to put a person in like that? And the only reason why you can have a slight reservation is, yes, Tyler Biadasz. I want Tyler Biadasz to only focus in on the person that's in front of him. I don't want Tyler Biadasz to help the person to the left of him all the time, right? Right side, Tyler Biadasz, cool. He got Zach Martin there, you know. But here's the thing. I don't want, hear me out, I don't want this team to fool around and place Tyler Smith at left tackle, right? And place a rookie at left guard and have Tyler Biadasz occupied of both of those boys trying to help out that guard situation and giving up sacks and allowing sacks, right? So whoever we pick up in the draft, they got to be able to stand on the island by themselves and get the business done by themselves and hold their own ground. But neither here nor there. There will be some growing pains. I'm not saying he's the end-all, be-all. I hope that makes sense to someone out there, right? But the good thing is, if you draft a guy like this, you will have Duke Manyweather that he can go to his house or go to his camp that's right across from the Star, and they can pick up a few pieces and learn a few things, right? And I'd rather for him to learn technique, hands and feet, versus power and temperaments, right? And not being a soft guy, right? At the end of the day, you know at least he gonna leave you with some busted ribs, a black eye, you know what I'm saying, spleen being torn and these sorts, right? Yeah, look how you hit that dude. And then he lands on him, right? So the mentality will be there, and that's what I like, man. Technique is gonna come, right? It's gonna come. But we're going to get on up out of here, man. I love y'all, man, to the moon and back, man. Thank y'all. Shout out to the Newsbreak app, man, for being a big contributor today for this episode. I really appreciate them. And, hey, if you're a content creator, get out there, hit the links that's in the description box. Join us on the Newsbreak, and come on, get some of this bread, man. Come on, get some, man. Get some. And, while you're posting on YouTube and Facebook, might as well post on the Newsbreak as well, right? That's just the reality of it, man. When you're independent, get your news on by presenting it on platforms that pay, right? So let's go. Appreciate y'all so much, man, for being part of these episodes. Al, thank you, man. Bet, he says, Law, you held me down until class started. Good looking with the live for your mind. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, because you was asking me, bro. You was saying, Law, hurry up and go live, man. And I went live just for you, man. We went live for my guy, Al. Yes, indeed, man. The race It's not to the swift nor the battle to the mighty. And Keontae Smith says Dak is just as good as Joe Burrow, right? It's all about perception, right? It's depending on where you are at and where you are from. There's a song that toddlers listen to, little kids listen to. It goes like, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. You see, from where you are at, it's a little star. But in actuality, it's quadruple the size of the star that you're looking at called the sun. But from afar, it may be a little star until you're close up on it. And what I'm trying to say is that perception sometimes can be your reality. But the truth of the matter is, it's not. So you got to always make sure that you grind. You got to always make sure that you put things in proper perspective. What's around said player, what's on the philosophy from the coaching staff, the ownership and beyond. This is a rough game that we all play. And at the end of the day, there's only one team that can say there's no excuses. 0 excuses were made. We picked up everything and we presented it and we put it on the table and we won. And that was the Kansas City Chiefs last season. The Eagles came up with all type of excuses. It was the field. It was a hold that they shouldn't call, right? It was the aficionados, everybody. It was Tupac. It was Biggie. It was the offensive coordinator. It was defensive coordinator. Our Cowboys. Oh, man, Kellen Moore, he was young, right? He was drawing up plays with Crayolas, hook routes, etc. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And the only way that you can get rid of said excuses, if you put it in now. And I hope that somebody correct Stephen Jones, what he said last year. You don't win the Super Bowl in the offseason. I hope that somebody said, man, bull sugar, dog. You got to go out there and get it. And that's why he going to get Gilly. That's why he went and got Brandon Cooks. And that's why we're looking at this draft now and saying we're looking for more and more dogs, more and more opportunities to put weapons around said player. Noah Brown was cool and all, but now he's the Texans' problem. Right? Because if you made it 12-5 last year with those type of weapons, what can you do with more and more weapons? There was a team that went to the Super Bowl, got beat down like a rag doll. I think that was the 2013 Denver Broncos, right? They made it there. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all times got beat down by the LOB. They could have folded up then, but they regrouped. They got more and more weapons, more and more defensive guys that can help the quarterback out. It's cool when other teams do it. It's a problem when the Cowboys do it, right? That shouldn't be the situation nor the scenario. We trying to win at all costs. Oh, watching the documentary, even, may he rest in peace, Kobe Bean Bryant, he wouldn't allow his own daughter to beat him. He wanted her to get it out of the mud. That's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. So we should always strive to be even better than what we were last season, the year before that. What if I told you, like Ripley's, believe it or not, that we are? We're better than what we were last season. Last season, we were better than what we were the season before that. But the pundits, the critics, the detractors will say that, hey, you are the same old Cowboys. But naturally, you can clearly see that we're not. We're moving different. We are. In the beginning, yeah. Patrice, yeah. Shout out to y'all. Write this down. I say it like a broken record, but apply it to your life, and elevations will be. Manifestation will occur. I truly believe this. I was working multiple jobs. They said, Law, how do you know about them truck drivers? When I was a security guard, patrolling the area, I seen many people. I seen a guy that said, hey, I want to be the owner-operator. I'm working for this job right now, but one day I'm going to own my own rigs, and one day I'm going to have my own tote. I'm going to put up my own and get my own navigations and my own routes. I love my wife. I'm going to have a local route. I'm no longer going to be able to be on the road forever. And the person came out with a decision, a plan. It's going to cost him more money to get those rigs, cost him more and more money to get the insurance, cost him more and more time to solidify his goal. I was in a security guard uniform. He walked up to me and said, Law, lunch on me, bro. Here's $150. I said, whoa, wait, what you doing? He said, man, I seen how dedicated you are working these posts. I just want to take good care of you. But also, I seen you reading that book, man, that wisdom book. Not going to tell you the name of that book. You know, got to keep some things secret. And it made me become that owner-operator. Now that guy making 6 figures on the high end, not on the low end. It's all about preparing yourself and putting things in proper perspectives. He even followed this show. He been following me before I even had a YouTube channel. Knowledge is power, y'all. Power is energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. So if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it, baby. You will. So it don't matter when somebody call you and say, hey, we need someone else to pick up this extra shift. Are you willing to work? Yes, call me up. There were still people saying, hey, you work too hard even at that spot. But I was gaining something. I was learning something. The job was just the job. The opportunity from the job was bigger. Look at the things that I know now. Everything happened for a reason. Remember, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. Look, at the time, there's no other spot, no other company that you can be in, that you can also apply and learn from your deal. I told people, and I'm going to tell y'all again, let's play my music back once again. I ain't ready to go yet. I'm going to give you guys some of this food for thought. Really talk, food for thoughts. It's not about how much money you make. It's about the money that you make. Can the money make more money for you? Take a little bit and put it to a side to apply it for your dreams and opportunity. I knew that I was a frontline worker at the time. I knew that job was going to pay only for what it's going to pay. But the valuable information that I learned will be quadruple, more and more and more and more than any check that Securitas could send me. It was the environment that you were in, And it was the time that the job allowed you to continue to maybe put in some podcasts and listen to the financial analysts. To also being able to have the ability, hear me out, to scale that and apply that to other things. So now that when you are elevated to another spot, you can say, man, I've been through that. I know how to sympathize with those guys. I know exactly how to maneuver around in this spot. And before you know it, what you was making $12 to $15 an hour, now you can make $30 to $25 or even more, or even $40 an hour, just by understanding the principles. There's codes to life, baby. Everything, there's a code to it. And once you crack the code and understand it, woo, it opens up for everything. So don't look down on the person that's busting tables. Don't look down on the person that's sitting and holding down a spot on the block with the security toss badge on, right? Don't look down on the person that's working at Walmart or McDonald's. They may be the next multi-millionaire. They may be the next 100,000 now. They may be the next person that own that company. Baby, I can go on and on. I can do it like Money Long for hours. So don't look down on the content creator that's only talking about Cowboys content, because they may be the next person doing other things that you don't know, right? It's all about applying it and pushing the peak. So we ready, baby. We are ready. Shout out to Jackson, Mississippi, I-55 pilot. You know what I'm saying? Truck stop. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. It's the words of Jim Rowan. Said, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. DC for life. Remember this.
Damn.
Let's go.
Whoa! Give me my theme music.
Hey. Come on. We about, baby. One love. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Perry Lock, salute Nick. Shout out to your base mode. Come on, man. Yeah. I got you.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Rich dad, poor dad, baby.
No deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it
in the beginning.
Kinda check a song.
Shout out to you, Ty Streets. I see you, George, with the J. Appreciate you. I just wanna run it up.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe. Got blue.
Come on. I see you.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
All right, Trill. Appreciate you, Mike. Who? Mike O. Jones, baby. Who with law? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for getting me up to 99 for your mind. Come on. All money ain't good money, baby. Hey.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it.
All views ain't good views. Come on.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Hey, come on.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Berto, you're live with the nation.
I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome.
Come on.
I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah, I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I've been really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel.
There's a lot of people that say, man, I'll roll with you, man. You my guy. They got their butter knives out too.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Don't shank me with the butter knife.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
There's a lot of people that say they'll roll with you, man.
Lately I just wanna run it up.
They ride with you. But they ready to take you and shank you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Come on. But I know y'all, Al ain't gonna shank me with the butter knife. Almost 5 o'clock, baby. Let's go.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Again. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be your player too?
I follow.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, player too.
Come on, baby. DJ Long Time. Hey.
7 years of the perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
Shout out to Sadiq. Congrats on the 99K. Appreciate you. But we tell them,
Don't let the street lights
hit you all alone. We hit that 100K. We're gonna have to do a marathon 24-hour stream or something, you know. Player two.
I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, player two. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. Ooh.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah. Depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be, who you're going to be, who you're
Before you know it, there's a whole slew of people that hate you. But here's the thing, those people, they don't even like each other. They're only gathered because
you don't know who you're going to be.
of you. See how powerful you are? When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a whole slew of people that hate you. But here's the thing, those people, they don't even like each other. They're only gathered because of you. See how powerful you are?
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
Lao Tzu says, free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestation.